Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya and I'm an artist and a ceramicist, and I haven't posted in 2 months, and so I feel like today we're just due for like a little sit down girl chat, almost like we're on FaceTime vibes today. And I think we should just get straight into it. Like honestly, I have missed YouTube so much. And I think before I need to get into that, I kind of need to explain a little bit about my material life at the moment. So for all of 2025, I've actually been on a no-buy except for 2 weeks in February, because I did a no-buy in January. I stopped for 2 weeks thinking that I wouldn't do another no-buy. And then I realized that I needed to actually prolong that no-buy until May. So right now I am almost at the end of my second no-buy of the year. I actually haven't been doing so well. I did break it twice, and I'll get into that. So the reason I started my no-buy in January is because I do have a past of overspending past my, what's appropriate for how much I make. I am self-employed. I'm an artist, okay? I'm not rolling in dough. The sacrifice that I make to do what I love is kind of like financial stability. And I think that's I'm happy to make that exchange every time, except sometimes I just overspend. And I think over December and the end of the year, I get really excited to buy things. It's a very consuming sort of time, consumerist time, I guess, if that's a word. And my January no-buy was fantastic. I felt so good about it. I felt really refreshed. I felt like I needed it, and I felt very calm. And then when I realized that I needed to do a second no-buy, I felt like it was sort of pulling teeth, because I felt like I had just done hard work and I didn't want to have to keep doing it, but I knew that I needed to. For me, shopping is a real mental thing. It is a way to control my environment around me. It is a way for me to deal with stress. I find expressing myself through fashion and makeup so fulfilling, and sometimes I get that tangled up with thinking that I need to spend a lot. And for me, what I have learned through both of these no-buys this year is that I have everything I need, and that's a very, very nice thing to feel, because I think an underrated part of not actually buying things regularly is being able to enjoy the things you've already bought, because those things get crowded out. So if you've got 5 pairs of shoes and you love them and you buy another 5, then you can't wear, there's only so many days in the week. So you actually don't get to wear your favorites the most. Does that make sense? You crowd your life with all of these things, and then the amount that you actually get to enjoy them gets less and less. So for me, I've really enjoyed just getting into what I have, and I've actually found for my style, I have been so much more creative with my closet. I feel like I have come up with so many different combinations through styling and layering than I ever would have realized if I had just kept buying pieces, because I think for me, a lot of the fun of fashion is actually styling, not the pieces themselves, although I do just love design and fashion and clothing pieces. But for me, putting a vibe together, layering jewelry, the shoes, the makeup, the vibe, that can be done with what I already have, and you can really make pieces feel quite new by styling them in different ways. So I've had so much fun actually with my wardrobe in the last few months by not buying anything. And now let me talk about my failures through this no-buy. I broke my no-buy, I think 2 days ago, for this Brooke Callahan skirt. It came up on Depop in my size and the color I wanted, and less than half of what I was wanting to pay after my no-buy. In that situation, I felt like I had to do it. And honestly, I haven't received it yet, but I think it's a really wise purchase for me. And actually spending that time not buying anything has helped really highlight the things in my wardrobe that I actually do not need, but would love to have. I've constantly been wanting to reach for a longer skirt. I've only got a few skirts, and my wardrobe is actually very, very small, but I've got this cute polka dot, which I got from my amazing friend Hannah, who has this reselling page. And yeah, I don't have any skirts, and I've just been like really into that vibe. And I think for winter, in terms of dressing for the cold, I get really sick of wearing jeans. So I was thinking like chuck some thermals on underneath, wear them with boots, like such a nice warm, cozy and like vibey outfit. So I broke it because I felt like finding a secondhand deal on that skirt specifically in Australia, like I could not pass it up. I also did buy a new pair of shoes. My everyday shoes are actually my ballet flats. I don't have any sort of like everyday sneaker, and my feet were starting to feel really sore every time I would wear them because there's like no support. So I thought I'm going to do this kind of like out of being practical, and something that I sort of learnt from my first no buy was that sometimes it's not worth not buying something if it really puts strain, especially like on your body. Like for the first no buy, I ran out of my like exfoliator for my face, and it really started to affect my skin. And I was like, actually, like I should be able to just repurchase things that I run out of if it's something that genuinely like helps me with something, if that makes sense. Anyway, very long tangent on that no buy. With all of that in mind, I have really been appreciating my things. One of the things that I just keep enjoying putting on my face every day is this Westman and Tillier Baby Cheeks blush in the color Mimi. When I tell you, every single day when I put this blush on, I feel so happy and so cute. And it's partly like the pleasure of using this product, and it's also how it makes me feel. And it is just, as a color nerd, like an absolute menace when it comes to color. This color is actually perfection. It is that like bronzer. It is such a unique color, and that is what always gets me with cosmetics, and why I struggle to find more affordable makeup is because I want the weird colors, and for some reason that only really gets done with prestige. I've been loving that blush every day, and I've had it for almost a year, and I've just like been loving it so much. My next favorite is actually Substack. I hate social media. It makes me feel bad and fat and behind in life. I'm so sick of it. I have been deleting Instagram every day for like, I don't know, 6 months now. I like log on, do what I need to do, check my messages, and then get the heck off. Substack is a place where you can read through sort of mini articles and blog style things. It is just such a more serene vibe, in my opinion. You really actually have to spend time reading and digesting the information. I feel like my brain moves a bit slower, and I kind of feel the same way about Pinterest, talking about apps. Like Pinterest has helped me like really up my layering and styling game recently. And I've been like putting a lot of energy into that because I can't like shop for pieces, but I will pin a lot of things that I feel like really inspired by. I'll put some images up here that I feel like have inspired my style recently. So Pinterest and Substack have been great. They're also free, which I love. I think on Substack you can actually pay for subscriptions for certain creators. One of the Substacks I've been loving is called Radical Christianity, or Radical Christian. There's some really, really good reads on there. It's kind of a good segue into just faith being the center of my life. As a little aside, to those who don't know, I became Christian last year, so it's very, very new for me. Didn't grow up in a Christian household. Very much would never have imagined myself in this situation right now. And I say that because I just want people to know that I would never alienate or judge anyone who isn't Christian, or I want everyone to feel like this is like a safe, loving space, no matter your beliefs. I feel like the lack of materials that I've been able to acquire and distract myself with has really helped me just hone in and focus more on prayer, on gratitude, on the things that really matter in my life. Yeah, I mean, I literally never, guys, I would have never pictured those words coming out of my mouth, you have to understand. But I feel like I am changing so much in a really good way, and just moving more towards joy that is sustainable and real and forever. Does that make sense? And in that, let's move into some things that I'm not loving, because that's also what I would talk about on FaceTime, more so than my favorite things at the moment, because I love to complain with my girls, with my sister. So I cannot find any wholesome media. Everything, I feel like every movie, every book. If you guys have any suggestions of shows, movies that you feel make you feel good and that like have good morals. Like I would love to hear that, because I feel like I'm just becoming, the older I get as well, just the more sensitive I'm becoming. I don't really feel like watching violence. I don't really feel like watching anything icky. Like I'm very easily affected, and that's something that I find myself just like rewatching shows like Gilmore Girls that make me feel cozy and safe. And I've been doing like a lot of YouTube, but in terms of like TV shows, I can't really do reality TV right now. It's just like too overstimulating. I also don't feel like any of it's real anymore. Like I can't suspend my disbelief like I used to, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just like growing up. I don't know. I'm obviously not judging anyone who's not the same as me. I think it's so nice to be able to enjoy media and art. For some reason though, I'm just really struggling to find things that align with me. Okay, this is a total different subject, but why is everything polyester now? Even the brands that you think wouldn't be polyester are polyester, and the price tag is insane. And I feel like I thought we were moving away from that. I thought we knew that a lot of people were into like natural fibers, and I've just been really confused by that recently. Like I do understand there's a time and a place for polyester, but in things that I feel like could just be cotton, and I'm just like curious as to why that is happening, and if anyone else has noticed it. And it's with brands that have very high price tags, which also kind of blows my mind a little bit. Okay, I think this is something that I've noticed through my no-buy. Content creators, influencers are now just using products that they have to signal that they are a certain type of person with a certain amount of money. What I've written in my notes here is shopping/owning things does not equal a personality. Where is content creation and influencing going to go? For me personally, I do not want to be an influencer. I love creating content though for other brands. Like I just love creating like something from nothing, like a video. I'll put some examples of like what I feel like my thing is and what I'm trying to like move more towards. And in terms of YouTube, I don't feel like that counts for YouTube because it's long form, and I do feel like you get a good sense for people, and it's not so much like Instagram specifically just feels so surface level and flashy, and it's like, oh, I have this certain type of shoe or bag, therefore like I'm cool. I don't know. Is anyone else getting that vibe? Kind of like I was saying before as well, I find it so hard to be on social media in terms of comparison, especially during certain times of the month. For me, I've noticed I can be so sensitive. I'm in such a phase right now of feeling like I'm a whale. I am the scum of the earth. Like, I'm sorry to say that out loud. I'm really trying to not be like that. Obviously, like who wants to feel that way? I say this all the time, but I feel like phone diets and social media diets are going to become a real thing that people do for their well-being. Actually, this is a new favorite that I've been doing. On Sundays, I've been switching my phone off completely and like putting it in a cupboard. It is, you guys, if you take one thing from this video, please, like you can still watch YouTube. I get my laptop out, I'm watching movies, I'm watching YouTube. I'm just not double screening on a Sunday. Like I turn my phone off. It is heaven. Like I can't tell you, it feels like the good old days, like where you would just kind of have like that one screen and it's still like fun and like relaxing and you're still like being mentally stimulated, but it's not that level of overwhelm. Basically, my screen time has to be like 30 minutes or less. And it is amazing. I love it. It feels like my brain heals during that day. It's been incredible. Should we just end on like an overall sort of update about like my work stuff maybe? So pottery has been going really well. I am making these cups now. I don't think I was when I saw you guys last. There is a wheel throwing ceramicist in Christchurch called Emma Turner, and she's been making me these cups for me to glaze because I just can't keep up with pinch potting everything, and I've been loving them and I'm so happy with them. The last month actually was quite a hard business month. Like it wasn't as busy and I just had like a few things that didn't work out, which was hard for me, but I'm quite used to setbacks like that now. Or I say that, but it really did like bump my confidence. And I'm doing my first market actually for a few weeks this weekend, and I'm like, please go well. Like I kind of feel like I can't take another failure right now. Does that make sense? Do you guys know when you're just like, please God, like I actually cannot handle one more thing. Like you're going to need to give me a second to catch my breath. But yeah, apart from that, it's been going really well. And I'm hoping to do more content creation this year as well. But it's just so hard timing it all with how much time pottery takes. But I really want to hear from you guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm so sorry it has been 2 months. Has anything I said really resonated with you? Also, how do we like these sit down videos? Like I feel like this was a good one to just like get the YouTube ball rolling again. But do we want to see vlogs? Because the way I feel about it is like I do really similar things every week. And it's not that inspiring for me, but if people really enjoy it, I'm happy to do it. Just let me know, basically. I think that's going to be it from me today. If you've made it to the end, you're incredible. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I always think when people say that, I'm like, duh, I like watched until the end. But then when I'm on this side, I'm like, wait, that's a lot of time of listening to me talk. So thank you. I'm going to eat some sushi now and enjoy this beautiful like autumn sun. It is actually so beautiful. So hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day or night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.